And we are live.
Yay!
Hello, chat. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Let me get the music a little more volume here. Volume looks okay. Volume looks okay. Let me know if it's too low or too high. All these events are a little bit different, so it's been all over the place lately.
Yeah, you could say very, very funny.
I mean, Ubisoft couldn't even keep their balance, so...
Don't remind me.
And that one clipping mic.
What? Did I just say presented by Diablo?
Yes.
Huh.
Apparently Blizzard is paying them. I'm assuming that means that Diablo 4 will be shown somewhat?
I was gonna say I'm going to assume the deal's finally gone through.
Mostly it was, but there are two countries causing issues still. The UK and the US. Everyone else has said it's fine. But those
I was gonna say, don't remind me, we both live in those countries.
Yes. Though they're pretty confident they're gonna win the court case here in the US. But they have said they might stop selling games altogether in the UK.
Let's talk about an extreme option.
I mean, if they just decide to go ahead with it, because everywhere else has agreed. And the UK is the only holdout. I don't think the UK is a big enough market to stop them from just saying, you know what, screw the UK, let's just sell games everywhere else. In fact, that's basically what they told to the UK government, so...
Yeah. Actually, they mentioned just with Activision stuff. If they were to go for the whole kit and caboodle and just pull out the UK entirely, then let's hope Microsoft are willing to give refunds, given that they'll have a whole bunch of consoles that are just going to be bricks.
I mean, if they exit the UK completely with the games division, warranties for those wouldn't apply anymore either, because they don't have any local presence anymore. So, yeah. They're just gonna say, blame your government. And I don't exactly disagree. I mean, that is one recourse. The UK took a kind of weird stance to things.
To be fair, when doesn't the UK do it?
Well, I don't know. I don't always keep up too much with the UK and certain things, but it was kind of big news in gaming when this happened. And the reason for blocking it is very strange. They said that the reason for blocking it was because it would damage or monopolize the, what do they even call that? The cloud gaming market, yes. The market that basically doesn't exist.
Yeah, if you want to talk about a monopoly on cloud gaming, go ask Google, see how that turned out for them.
Yes.
That was so much money down the drain, basically paying people to get their games off GeForce Now and only onto Stadia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
companies have tried it. The problem is our infrastructure is just shit. Frankly, it's shit.
putting
Especially
it lightly.
here in the US. So, I mean, I can't use cloud gaming. Anytime I've tried, like when I had Xbox Live, I could do cloud gaming with anything you get through Xbox Live, but I tried it just to see what it'd be like, and it was bad. Laggy bad. I mean, if I was on fiber, that might be fine, but I'm not. And neither is most of the country.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the world doesn't have the kind of infrastructure yet.
Pretty much, I think the only real countries that could do it is Korea and Japan. They're close enough, and they have very small countries comparatively. So it'd be easy for them to make cloud gaming work. Probably the UK too, if it wanted to.
No, it's absolutely not the case for the UK. In fact, our so-called biggest provider is so bad when it comes to keeping the network running that you could even say Comcast looks good in comparison.
Well, I meant more that you're the right size to be able to do it. Not that everything was in place. But you're the right size to make it economical if your government actually wanted to do it. They don't seem to care though, so.
Okay, I'm just about to hit the record button for the local VOD, so.
Okay.
There we go.
We're a bit under a minute and a half away.
Yeah, I was gonna hit record when it was like 5 minutes, but then we had the whole tangent about the buyout and cloud gaming and all that.
Sure, that's how I'm introducing all the people that watch this when they see it on YouTube to our conversation. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yep.
I mean, maybe maybe just a commentary format could work. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I do know channels that basically do like news, where they have a series of people and they discuss issues. I mean, Linus from Linus Media Group does that every Friday.
Yeah.
So, and he's not the only one.
Well, I mean, it could be an interesting format to maybe look at somewhere down the line. I don't know.
I actually considered
popped in my head.
Like creating like a group to do something like that, but I never went through with it.
Oh.
It's a lot of work to do it every week.
I'd be down for it.
We'll see. I might read sometime.
Angel who's the devil, though. That's the real question between Solomon and Johnny.
Hang on, let me turn this up a little bit.
Always an angel.
Oh wow. They obviously didn't think about the bit right here.
Oh, okay, I just had a tweet pop up from the Xbox Twitter, and the show's under 90 minutes long.
Good.
Yeah. I talked to my older sister yesterday, like just for the Ubisoft Direct and the Ubisoft Forward show, and she was hyped about Fable.
I mean,
Well,
I definitely want to see what it's like. But...
I don't know if it was before or after, but yeah, worth mentioning anyway.
I mean, I remember playing the old Fables, so... I also heard some people really, really hyped for the new Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah. Actually, is that supposed to be an update, or are they just doing it as a whole new game?
It's hard to say, but they do call it 2024, so... And it looks like it definitely overhauled the original, so... Oh, though I did hear some bad news on Persona 3 Reload.
That it's not going to be using the stuff from the further release versions.
Welcome to the Xbox Games Showcase Extended. My name is Tina Amini, and I'm here to dive a little bit more into the games you saw at our recent Xbox Games Showcase. Showcase featured 27 ambitious...
Give me one sec, chat.
From In Exile Entertainment, Fable from Playground Games, and from our partners, Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom. Today, we'll take a closer look at some other games from our showcase lineup and introduce you to some more games too. We've got the game director of Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment breaking down the game's trailer, and the game director of Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Gameworks is here to tell us about their newest update. You'll also hear from Sarah Bond, head of the Gaming Ecosystem Organization for Xbox, who will tell us more about a program to bring games from underrepresented developers with unique visions to Xbox and Game Pass.
Well, that's
we may
good.
just have
a
a
lot
few
of people
other
like
fun
that.
guests in store for you too.
Oh
so
yeah,
stay tuned.
like it was a
let's check out the
fully
rainy
featured
streets
game
and sinister
for
markets of Cyberpunk
a
2077
fully featured
Phantom
game at
Liberty.
a budget-friendly price on Game Pass.
Hello everyone.
I'm really
excited
about any
to welcome
marketing
you to this
beforehand.
exclusive Xbox store over Black Market, one of the locations in Dogtown that you are going to be
I'm
able
no
to
good at
explore
rhythm
in
games, so I
Cyberpunk
never played it,
2077
but-
Phantom Liberty.
I feel ya.
As you
It's
can
weird.
see,
I can
Dogtown
actually play the
welcomes you with
drums,
open arms.
but I can't play a rhythm game.
This is Black
Hi,
Market,
Wap.
a location
How you
where you
doing?
as a player, as a mercenary, you can obtain unique cyberware and weapons, things that you cannot find anywhere in this world. Dogtown is a part of Night City, but has its own very distinct
Apparently
look and
they're
vibe.
completely
It's outside of the
overhauling
jurisdiction of
Cyberpunk,
NCPD,
like in a
attracting
free
all kinds
update.
of eccentrics and
Well,
dangerous
this
characters.
is everything they add with
Radical
the
mods,
Phantom
Jim.
Liberty.
Never seen anything like that on
Yeah,
a mail
like-
stroller.
You mean this?
Yeah.
Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out. Or this here.
Yeah, it's like not only are they
We have
doing the
put a
DLC
lot of
release,
work
but
into
they're
making the
basically
world feel more alive. Small
changing the
scenes,
entirety of the
secrets
game.
to find, Easter eggs.
I mean,
make
they've
this place
pretty
feel
much
more vibrant
overhauled it
and more
graphically
believable.
already.
But what's
So
Yeah.
this is just
happening
adding more.
in Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a leader of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
You've come to the right place.
Oh,
How you doing,
obviously
Wap?
someone needing of killing.
Not in Dogtown. Taxes, who the
Isn't there always?
In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see. The Black Market also is a place where you can find
He seems the
weapons
kind of guy
and
who
goods.
gives hugs.
They are some of the most powerful items in the
Very
world,
violent
but are often
hugs,
much
probably.
more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit and give you new abilities to deliver more thrilling gameplay experiences, like the air dash or the ability to see the enemies through the walls, or change your appearance to lose the heat. The Barghest is the authorities of Dogtown, and they are more dangerous than NCPD. When you as a player commit crimes in Dogtown, they are the guys who are going to chase you. We have completely overhauled the police system. Police
Seem
actions
nice.
are more believable, dynamic, and diverse. The team has been working
I already
passionately
play with mods
to
that
deliver
do
you
that.
more deeper and meaningful experience, and I really cannot wait for you to find out more this September. See you in Dogtown.
We're not done talking about CD Projekt Red's next dive into the story between V and Johnny just yet. In fact, we're here with the voice and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a
Bring
pleasure
out
to be
big
here.
guns.
Likewise. Well, Phantom Liberty introduces us to an
Bring out the
entirely new
reason
location
people got
in
hyped
Night
for the
City.
game
It's called
back in
Dogtown.
2019.
It's this devastated place.
Other than it being
controlled by
from,
a
at the
militia,
time, the
but
perfect
I think you know
developer,
more
the
about it than I
perfect
do.
dev
So
team.
how would you describe it to players?
Night City has its own kind of levels to it, and I think Dogtown is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it and this undercurrent of kind of violence, you know, like, and struggle.
That sounds
You
like
know,
all of Night City,
Can I
Johnny.
swear?
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
Oh.
And I'm totally
like that
calling him
timeline.
Johnny. We're
Yeah,
talking about,
and it's just, you know, I mean,
Cyberpunk.
hopefully it'll be fun for people to
Yeah. I mean, that
to
makes sense.
play there.
It's hard to believe that there's an underbelly to the underbelly
Yes,
that
that's
is Night
good.
City,
Yes,
right? Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
scared, but in a
Yeah.
good way.
No, it's a good way. I mean, we're all kind of drawn
Sure.
to, we're all moths to the flame, aren't we?
I mean,
And there's a lot of
if it is the
flame in
underbelly, it's the
Dogtown.
underbelly.
Well, if anyone could take
the
it on, it's
underbelly,
me,
then it would
so
just
that
be the
certainly
guts.
gives me the confidence.
Yeah, Visa survivor,
Exactly. Oh yeah.
you know?
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown too, so we got a little bit of that
Oh, cool.
ambiance, and we can see what the environment is like. People are getting beat up. It's not good.
It's, yeah,
It's not the friendliest place to be. You gotta be prepared for it, truly.
yeah.
But in our tour, we also hear a recording from a Colonel Kurt Hansen. Who's this guy? Because he seems pretty dangerous too.
Yeah, that guy. No, I'm sorry, I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's
My
good. You know,
inner-
we know the tone now.
Yeah.
calling you
Well,
Johnny
I mean, he's
anyways.
ex-military, military too, ruthless, power hungry, manipulative.
Oh, apparently we do
and
fight him.
Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. I mean, Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I don't know about this guy, but people like Johnny.
It's
and I think it's
someday
interesting
I wanna
because
get
we
back
know him
into-
to be
get back into the
opinionated.
game.
He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077 in the Man campaign. But as we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too. He can actually be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun. He is outspoken.
He's
he
a
is
really big dick
a little grumpy,
at the
and he has a
start.
right to be. He's been
But,
used, he's been abused,
at the
he's
end,
been
he's a
abandoned.
lot better.
And I think that through that kind of hardness of his
grown.
outside,
Well,
there is a vulnerability.
from what I've played,
to it.
I only
And
got to
think
the point where I
what's great
first,
about
well,
it is
basically
I
first,
get to play
just
that
after
character
first,
in so many different ways.
yeah,
and so the
first
range
came
of it
across
is
him.
cool.
And especially for the player, you get to see
There's
these
so much
moments in
more.
flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly, of his surroundings.
So you've
Well,
seen
let's
him
not
in
get carried
Dick
away.
Face.
I mean,
But
we could start
we'll see
talking
him a
about
little better
nature and nurture.
later.
I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny. But, yeah, I like,
Still calling you
I like
Johnny.
his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for. He's really just looking for a fair shot. And I love that he's kind of going through music, that there's an artist side to him. And, you know, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny where a tiny little thing, you know, elicits this really fun response. You can flip him off and he double birds you back. Like, I love those kind of moments.
Or rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into Phantom Liberty is his dynamic with Solomon Reed. So what can you tell me about Johnny's relationship with Idris Elba's character?
Chance. I'm going to have to ask the niece about what popped up for her during the main Xbox showcase.
The sense of being used, abused.
Yeah, because by the time the
title, right?
Forward was finished, she had already went home.
Kind of trying to reclaim his life, you know, and Johnny's doing the same thing. You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077, so it might start off as revenge, and it might end as revenge, but I think sometimes he feels like he's lashing out at the wind, you know? And I think Solomon has been living out in the kind of the desert of his life, right? Kind of hiding and harboring.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind of soft and hard side to him as well.
So as somebody who's very familiar with thrillers, because you've starred in a few, what do you think about Phantom Liberty makes for a good spy thriller?
That's an understatement.
The quest to understand what's going on. So, and the kind of scavenger hunt of information, the mystery, the double crossing, what is true, what's fiction, what can you count on, you can't count on anything. That is really kind of amplified.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to another Xbox presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate you showing up here today.
Oh, well, thank you.
But before I close things out,
yeah.
Well, before I close things out, I'd love your help here, Keanu. How do you think Johnny would end this interview right now?
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that.
This just came to mind, but are we gonna see a physical, complete edition release?
Thank you, Johnny.
Nice to see you.
Such a pleasure to have you here. I thought you were gonna kick down the camera or something.
I'm not sure how they plan to sell it in stores. It's technically DLC.
You're a good egg.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Though with the fact that they did it with Witcher, I'm going to assume that they are gonna be able to just have it have the two bundled in the disc, like no codes and all that. High on Life DLC. Actually, yeah, that would be possible given well, the DLC's 9th gen only, so they're gonna be able to actually make use of the old 4K Blu-rays, even on Xbox.
High on knife. Oh, what?
The world you think you live in doesn't exist.
Are we looking at Crimson Skies?
Theater.
I would go nuts if I saw
And
that.
if you get a glimpse behind the scenery, the stagecraft,
I guess not. Too
you'll
much on foot.
discover nothing
Too much
but
on foot.
darkness. And
You got me
once
hyped.
deceived, it will swallow you whole. I'm in a race against this darkness. A race to locate
No, it's an
ancient
XCOM
ruin,
style.
a tower of unspeakable power. I need
Yeah,
the
I'll
best of
leave
the
this to
best.
you.
They're all dead.
That's fine.
So I'll use you. Scoundrels, thieves, cutthroats, the best of the worst. Oh, come now. Try not to look so glum.
Who's looking glum? Neither of us are.
You're going to help me save the world.
Huh.
When it comes to RPG studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best. From
You
Fallout
think?
New Vegas and The Outer Worlds to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Pentiment, Obsidian Games have placed their stamp on the genre. Joining us today for a closer look at Avowed is game director Carrie Patel. Carrie, I'm so excited to have you
somehow
here. We just
you
saw
can't
this
get the
big
cut
reveal
content
of
for
Avowed,
Knights of the Old
and there's
Republic
so
2 on the
many
Switch.
little bits of information in there that I want to dig out and pick your brain around.
Wow.
But before we get into all that,
That's
I'm
because there's
assuming
a
that you
lot
don't
of
need to have
hands in the
played
pie
Pillars
for
1 or
that.
2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right. You don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2.
Yeah, like I
You
know
can
that there
come to
was
the
a
world of Avowed
massive
fresh.
storm
We
on
want this
Twitter
to be a
with people
welcoming
demanding
experience to new
refunds
players,
from
but if you are a
limited run
returning
games
fan,
for
there are some recognizable
selling them
tidbits.
a big
For people who
lie.
have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general connections to the universe? And no major spoilers, of course.
Yeah. There are a couple returning characters that players might recognize from Deadfire in particular. Players who have played the original games will recognize some of the parts of the world and some of the factions.
Wait,
the Adirian
this is-
Empire
this is a
plays
follow-up or
pretty heavily into
something?
the world of Avowed, so all of
What
that
was
will be
that?
familiar to returning players.
We do
Avowed
start to
is
see some of
apparently
that
a
Pillars
follow-up or
universe now
something?
in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting, and it's looking
It's in the
amazing so far.
same
But can
world
you confirm one
as,
thing for me? Are we still in Aora?
We're
like
still in
Deadfire?
Aora, and specifically we're in a region called the Living Lands. So again, returning Pillars fans will recognize the Living
Yeah,
Lands
Pillars
as
of
this
Eternity.
otherworldly frontier. It's very remote. It's relatively unknown.
I don't know.
It's this very dramatic landscape full of all of these different valleys with these unique biomes and
It was an
creatures.
RPG
Just a really
series.
unique visual perspective. And it's a wonderful frontiersy spot that's set for adventure. There's a lot that's undiscovered, and so that's the part of Aora that we're introducing players to in Avowed.
And we also see a character talking to us in the trailer. He seems like he might be a companion, because that would be a very Obsidian thing to do. So what's going on with that?
Yes, this is Kai, and he is one of the first companions you meet in the game. He's an Aumaua. That's one of the unique species of the world of Aora. And Kai, as a character, brings a balance of this really battle-hardened perspective. He's seen a lot. He's served as a soldier and a mercenary. But he
All I
also
can
has
think
a
of
really
right
unique
now are
sense
the
of humor.
Na'vi.
So he brings a spirit of levity and camaraderie to the party as
Nothing
well.
like
And as
that.
he's talking to us, he's also kind of conveying, well, he's straight up saying that he's afraid of you and your
And
abilities.
well,
But it's not
definitely
like the
nothing
heroes
like
are the
that,
only
given Avowed doesn't
powerful
have
beings
3
in this
sequels
universe.
that
So
just
I'm
got
curious
delayed.
what that means for who we are
To the-
as the
well, to the
player
next
character. Are we a
decade.
watcher again, like in Pillars 1 and 2? Or maybe we have some connections to the spirit realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities?
So you're not a watcher this time,
Yeah, like
but you do have a unique
yeah.
soul connection to the world.
Yeah, I saw that
gives
on
you a
Twitter
connection to the
literally
Living
just
Lands and
before
to
the-
some of the
before
more
the show
mysterious
started.
forces at work there. The player is also being sent as an envoy of the
I guess
Adirian Empire, and
there
so
was
they
a
come
good
with
reason
both
I
a very
kept thinking
mysterious
Elder
aura, but also a
Scrolls when I
certain
saw
sense of
this.
political urgency.
Kai also
Pillars
mentions a
and
plague.
Elder
That's another
Scrolls
bit of detail
definitely
that we
share
get within the
some
trailer.
lineage.
We see a very
So-
concerning growth on a lot of the creatures in the
I was
world.
gonna say,
what can you tell us about
didn't
this plague?
Obsidian
I
work
can't say too
on
much just
one of
yet,
the
except
Fallout
that it
games?
is a
Like
unique soul
what?
plague that is
Well,
devouring the living lands,
the
and
New
part of
Vegas
the player's
and
mission in
the
being sent here
original
is
what?
to
And
investigate
the
and
original
try to stop
isometric
it.
We
Fallout
also
games.
saw a lot of combat in the trailer, and we see
I
dual-wielding
believe they
pistols,
did
we
help
see
out
spells, we
somehow.
see swords,
I'm
we
not
see
sure
just
how
a
that
ton of
works.
abilities. A lot that actually is really reminiscent of
themselves
the
didn't
Pillars
make them,
universe
though.
too. But those were isometric, top-down view games, and Avowed is
Oh,
a first-person
yeah.
game.
I
So how
I
did the
figured
team
that with
approach
the
that
marketing
same
for
kind
the
of
Outer Worlds
fantasy
1 that
combat,
they
but
were
in the first person for
parading,
Avowed?
So we
parading
wanted to
around the
take that
fact that it's
same
being
depth
made
and
by
breadth of
the
play
original
styles and
Fallout
combat
dev team.
abilities and player fantasies, where you can play someone who's very magically attuned, more traditional fighter or ranger, and really invest in whatever play style is most
Bethesda
appealing to
didn't
you
even
personally.
own
We wanted to
the
take that
Fallout
depth and breadth and
series
translate it into a
until,
first-person experience,
bought
where
it.
you can
Yeah.
feel the visceral nature of the attacks,
Yeah.
feel the
3 was the
dynamism and the
first
momentum of
time
those attacks
that
as you're
they had
executing them, and that means including a
they
range of
worked with
options like, as you
Bethesda
noted,
for,
dual-wielding pistols, which is one of my favorites because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional sword and board,
the sort
a
of
whole host of
follow-up,
magical abilities,
which
a lot of
is
things that'll be
not
both a
coming to
little
me,
bit
even though
familiar
they
but
just
hopefully new
mentioned
to
it.
players as well.
And I've got one more question for you, because I know the audience is going to want to know this one, but just how big is this game?
So it's going to be roughly comparable to something like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore at their own pace.
And I can't
you
just
can
look
invest
it up
in
on
discovering
Steam.
every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to spend in the Living Lands, but I'm hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
Well, count me in as one of those players, because I definitely want to read and hear every line of dialogue, everything everyone has to tell me, and discover every inch of the Living Lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful and fun.
Thank you, Tina. This has been a pleasure.
That was just a taste of what you can expect from Obsidian Entertainment when Avowed lands next year on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
Yeah, you got to mention Game Pass, given it's going to be expanding out to the cloud gaming folks.
퍼스트 디센던트는 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용한 차세대 3인칭 루트 슈터 게임으로 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S, 엑스박스 1을 포함해 콘솔과 PC 크로스 플레이가 가능하고
Unreal 5
즐기실 수 있도록
oh dear, this is doing the live service thing, isn't it?
되어 1, 2회 생존을 위해 침략자들의 맞서 싸우게 됩니다. 계승자는 플레이어의 캐릭터로서 다양하고 개성적인 컨셉과 전투 스타일을 가지고 있습니다. 플레이어는 계승자를 통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며 스토리를 체험하고 다양한 임무를 혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다. 또한 최대 4인 협동 플레이로 거대 보스와의 레이드를 경험할 수 있습니다.
I mean, how many heroes does like Valorant or Overwatch have? 2 dozen?
현재 개발팀은
oh god, all those button prompts.
플레이어분들에게 받은 피드백을 개선하는 작업과
It makes me miss the days of the hotbar on FF14.
최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의 실제
I mean, it is a Japanese game. They like making it hard to control.
퀄리티의 그래픽이 안정적으로 돌아가도록 열심히 개발 중에 있습니다.
Yeah, like on FF14, they have this option for the hotbar where you can assign essentially several different mini hotbars to the triggers, and where if you push one down, it highlights one half of it. If you hold on the other trigger, it highlights the other half, and then together it'll then together in a certain order gets you a different hotbar entirely.
가장 많은 피드백을 받았던 그래플링 훅은 시스템을 완전히
It's a lot easier when shown and not explained.
이동 시 가속 감속을 지원하여
I am terrible at explaining.
훨씬 더 증대하였습니다. 이 밖에도 피드백을 반영하여 점프 모션, 총기 사운드, UI와 UX를 지속적으로 개선해 나가고 있으며 개선자 스킬을 대조할 수 있는 시스템도 개발 중에 있습니다. 게임 사운드 또한 글로벌 유명 게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여 보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을 제공하기 위해 준비 중에 있습니다. 마지막으로 여러분께서 가장 기다리실 소식을 전해드리겠습니다. 현재 저희는 연내 출시를 목표로 하고 있으며 그에 앞서 8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서 크로스플레이 베타 테스트를 진행할 예정입니다. 베타 테스트는 8월 22일부터 8월 28일까지 일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수 있으니 플레이어분들의 많은 참여를 부탁드리겠습니다. Be the first descendant.
But then again, the Series S is a mandate, and given how much more powerful that is compared to the 8th gen consoles, which is to say, barely.
We earnestly started with the idea of making a game that was hopeful, that was a triumph of the human spirit.
Something that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore. Towerborn is that game.
Oh, this is Towerborn again.
Yeah. Probably showing a bit more that they couldn't show off before.
It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family. Everybody's moving through the world map together. As the players move out, they start breadcrumbing the storyline that is being told here. From the world map, you go into fun, fast combat.
Might and magic.
You come out of that
Heroes
with resources and crafting items, and with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that, so I'll leave that to you. But this does look really cool.
Safe haven and humanity's safe haven. The player can customize their appearance, their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and 2D. We definitely wanted to have that kind of beautiful background that you see in animated movies.
Towerborn is all about humanity's last chance at survival.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to this tower.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
Sounds
the most important
great.
thing about the gameplay is it's just fun. And it kind of just amplified its fun the moment you added another player. All of the players can build their character in a way that's specific to them. It just turns into this back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective, that's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
For obvious reasons.
I'm hoping
yes,
in
we
5
don't
years
tend to
from now,
live
it's in a place
too
that I never
terribly
even would have
close
thought
to
of.
our friends
It's a
anymore.
seasonal game, which is different for us.
Players can expect a new storyline,
That
new quests, new biomes.
That
we'll be rolling
and
out
assuming
new
development
monsters,
on
new
this
bosses.
started
Expanding
just
the
as a
content
pandemic
in a
started,
continuous, organic
is when
way,
everyone
so it
basically
just
had to
becomes a living
scramble
world.
for options. Or essentially
When we
be
started
some of
Stoic, we
or essentially be
decided,
some of the
let's just make
lowest selling
games that we
co-op
feel strongly
games
about and we
out
wanna play.
out
We
there.
had to find the right
Like of
relationship
the
with
year.
the publisher, and I think we found that with Xbox. They've enabled us to make the game that we want to make here. I earnestly cannot wait for
Why
the
is
community
that
to see the
a
game that
cup
we're
of
rolling out
noodles?
here. Towerborn is, I really believe, something unique.
Don't
upside
care.
down cup of noodles.
I want it as a plushie. Don't joke with me on this. I want it as a plushie.
You gotta protect the pit stop, please! What the hell is that thing?
So 76.
That's so, actually I was gonna ask that. Is it 76?
Definitely 76. Yep.
I'm surprised that wasn't shown off during the Xbox show. They had a whole section for Fallout.
You
enjoyed the world
lower
premiere
the
of the trailer
volume,
for our
Microsoft?
Once in a Blue Moon update coming June 20th. Free to play for anyone
And I
who owns
think you
Fallout
put it back up.
76.
You're driving me nuts. Don't do that.
The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia, bringing
I
with
know, I
it a
think
ton
it's
of great new
still a
content
bit
for
low.
players.
Huh. Yeah, I don't get why they didn't show this off during the Xbox show.
To threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge Caravan Company.
Especially given that they were showing off Fallout 76 anyway.
We've also got 2 new public
True.
events, both of which give you a chance to earn Caravan and Cryptid-themed rewards.
Maybe they decided to
Defend the
just
Middle
do
Mountain
it
pit
more
stop from
basic
waves of
show
monstrous creatures and safe and
of
sound.
it earlier and do
And
the
thwart a
extended
horde of
to give us a
crazed
better view.
cultists and beasts of burden.
Huh.
With season 13, we've
No,
also got a new scoreboard called
I'm just
Shoot for
saying
the
that
Stars.
since with this being a completely
Celebrates
different
the
thing
stars
to
of the
the
silver screen
Atlantic City update.
and gives you a chance to earn cinema-themed rewards.
I don't know. I never get what they're trying to
And
do
we're
in
not
Fallout
done yet.
76.
Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City, where they'll gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to win big. Do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way. Once in a Blue Moon is coming June 20th. Appalachia is coming at you. We'll see you there.
I don't know.
What's this?
And of course, now we have more Hi-Fi Rush.
Not that anyone's complaining.
I will leave it to you.
Hey, I haven't really got much to say on this. All I know is that it did really, really well for a game that had no marketing. That had no marketing and was basically a complete package at launch.
Yes, that is true.
Oh, now they're saying advanced notice this time. They know what they did.
Well, the developer got really pissed at them.
Oh.
We've just seen a new trailer for updates coming to Hi-Fi Rush called Arcade Challenge
technically
Update.
own the
No
dev,
joke, there's literally exclamation
but
points
still.
in there. That's not just me.
Yeah,
so here to
yeah,
explain
they're
that
part-
and
they're
more
part of
about
the-
the
they were
update
part
is
of
game
the
director
Bethesda
John
buyout.
Johannes. Welcome to Showcase Extended, John.
Really glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
They have to be in there.
Yeah. It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally. And I just thought music and action work so well together. And after I had finished working on The Evil Within 2, it just felt like
That's
the
actually
right
worth
time
looking
to try
into. Like,
something new.
I didn't know
our
that
studio's always been
Tango
about
Game
just
were
making fun
pissed
games. It
about
doesn't have to be
how
about a
the
certain
release was
genre. We're
happening.
not about making one specific thing.
And
Well,
fortunately,
they
there's
were
plenty
definitely
more of that
pissed
content
about
to
how it
come because
got
we just saw
released.
an absolutely
came out
jam-packed trailer.
that,
So I'd love for your help in
they
breaking
hadn't really
down
been
all the details,
told
all the stuff going
how
into this update.
Microsoft planned
Sure.
to do it.
There's a lot, so bear with me.
Until, like,
Everything
the
in this
last
mode
minute.
is unlockable once you finish the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds than we've ever done in the
it
main game.
apparently
And the other
didn't
is
sell
called
as
Power
well
Up Tower
as they
Up,
were
which is a
hoping.
new sort of randomized spin on the Rhythm Tower mode that we had in the original game. And included in this mode are 5 new original songs to play to, as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system for unlocking upgrades and rewards. And that's what I can think of right now.
Surprise, given that on
I
Twitter,
love that
like
there's so
not
much
long
to
after the game
unpack
came
there,
out,
but let's rewind. Let's talk about just BPM
like, it had
Rush
so-
for now.
it had
It
so
was
much
described in the
positive
trailer as
feedback
effectively Hi-Fi
from
Rush's
people who did
equivalent of
play
a
it,
turbo
like,
mode. Can you explain
to
that a little
the
bit
point
more?
where
That is very
Yeah,
true.
early on, the
Like,
team
people
was
were
like,
even
how
saying
fast
it's
can we
basically
go?
done
And in the
for
game, we kind of
Forspoken.
settled at
But
about a
since
map
it didn't
under
get, like,
60
a
BPM.
physical
But this
release
mode really takes it up to
or
200 BPM. But we
any
sort of
sort
ease
of
you in there. It's
marketing
a gradual
that the
upgrade
average
until it
person
eventually gets so
saw,
fast you just got to sort of
it
think
didn't
on your
get
feet
nearly
and
as many
naturally
people
react
to
to the
buy
rhythm
it
and the
as they
combat
were
of the
hoping.
game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But this is a post-game challenge. It's meant for when you've gotten
don't
into
think
the
they ever
rhythm
got
of
up
the
to a
game. So I'm
million
curious if you have any
sales.
pointers on as far as how to tackle that challenge.
As an action
That's
game, I think a lot
unfortunate.
of people want that sort of next level challenge,
I
another
think
way
this
to
is
use
them
their
trying to make it
abilities
up
in a
to
new
them
type of environment.
by,
This mode does that,
giving them
by putting you at the
another
high speed. But we
release.
also have multiple difficulties. We have an easy
Yeah.
mode for people who want to experience what that's like, but maybe are not in tune with that sort of high
Now,
difficulty.
I can
that's
totally
accompanied with
see
this
them
stuff.
doing
But then we
doing a
have
full
casual
physical release
normal mode
at
as
some
well.
point.
And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets. And after every wave of enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrades you pick. And again, those upgrades are randomized each level, so
I've
really
never
kind of have to
finished
have
it,
an
so
understanding of the
I never
systems
got
and
to
not quite master
unlock
them, but have a good
the-
grasp if you want to go in and
the
come out on
Tower
top.
mode.
Well,
but
as I
still.
mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chunky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so by playing in the two modes, you unlock these rewards through these challenges that are connected to these two modes. And in those rewards are things like accessories for Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well. Things like new filters. We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the characters would look like if maybe this game took place in a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like
Yes,
that.
and there's some really fun looking
Steampunk, I'm
stuff
guessing?
in there, so.
Well, thank you again so much for coming out
We'll
all
have
the
to
way from
see.
Japan to showcase
Yeah,
Extended,
well, it's
John.
gotta be
I'm super
steampunk because
glad to
how
be
would
here.
how would you
That's
get
all we
away
have
with
to share
a
about the new
robot
update for
arm in
Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi
say
Rush coming soon.
the Stone Age?
Now it's time for us to return to the second era of Tamriel and the Elder Scrolls Online.
That might be
ZeniMax
hard.
Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls
Exactly.
Online.
Please now.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Xbox Showcase. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb, I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
One of the
by the way,
really
did,
interesting
you
things
hear
about
that,
Elder Scrolls Online is it's different than really
Todd
any other
Howard
game out
made
there.
some
It's
more
not
comments
your
about
typical
Starfield
level-gated world.
and,
Go
he
anywhere,
he
you can
confirmed
explore
it's
in any
in
order
general.
you want to.
You
They
really
confirmed it being
can
30
hop in at
FPS.
any moment, play with anybody,
Well,
can play any
he
part of the game.
confirmed
And
that
any story.
their target, at least, on
And
console.
of course, I mean, we're on
at,
Xbox Game Pass, you know,
4K
the biggest
was
open
30
world
FPS.
RPG on Xbox. And
I
if
just
you're
wish they
at
would
all
just
a fan
let us
of Elder
have the
Scrolls,
performance mode.
You can go places that you maybe have never gone before in an Elder Scrolls.
Apparently,
And do
right?
it
things
was
that
getting
you've never been
much
able to do.
higher
There's so many
times,
different activities to
but
participate
They
in.
couldn't get it to be
housing.
steady.
We've got
at
lore
60
hunting and antiquities,
Right.
right? There's
at
the
4K.
dungeons and the trials.
And you can, of
And I
course,
can
always
understand that.
revisit lands that you've been to before. We've got
Like,
Skyrim.
4K
I
is
would-
very high res.
Yeah, and they're different times.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah,
almost
different
1,000
times.
years in the past.
I wouldn't mind having the option
Come
to
in by
scale
yourself,
it down
come
to
in with
1440p
friends,
at
but don't
60
worry,
FPS.
You're ever not going to have something to do because there are adventures everywhere.
I
you go.
mean, I'm pretty sure you could play it
We had an awesome
on a
trailer
lower
during the
res
showcase.
display and get good performance.
Necrom, Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
He's not good. He's not
Like
evil.
I'm just saying,
he's just
saying it
focused
because
on
not
cataloging
everybody
and
wants to
collecting
be
everything he
playing at
possibly can to
4K.
say.
Like if they could just get
And
the
what
frame
you
rate.
kind of see in the trailer is
Oh, I know.
Mora kind of
I mean,
always
all my
on guard, always
screens
looking
are
over and watching what's kind of
1440p
going on.
or
And you get to see
widescreen
some
1080.
nostalgia in there as well
So,
from
Yeah.
I don't have a
Melodious in
4K
Skyrim
display
with
to
the
even
yellow-green
see stuff on.
skies.
Vast inky sea,
Yeah.
the stacks
Plus-
of books.
I'll still never
Plus
forget
my
the first time
capture card
you
if
showed
I
us
if I
the
were to stream
initial
the game
concepts
only goes up
for
to 1080p.
everything made out of books. I remember looking at that
I
and going,
actually
oh my
have
God, how are we going to do
a
How are we
this?
gonna do
Like,
that?
how is this going to run?
4K capture card.
We always
So
try
I
to
could
honor
do
the past, right?
4K
Because when we go
60.
back to areas that people who
Nice.
play Elder Scrolls games have played, they know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home, right? But we have the chance to add a little into the mix.
The art
If
team
I were
was
gonna
able to
add a
really play
console
with
in
kind of
now,
cool,
I couldn't
unique
do that.
monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go for new
I
monsters
need
in the
2
zone.
capture cards.
We were looking at making a creature that would kind of freeze you in terror as soon as you saw it. And a creature that has a deeper connection to the overall story of the zone.
We've also got the Tavani Peninsula, kind of the Morrowind vibe.
It's always fun to go back to this part of Tamriel because it's one of the most imaginative and sort of like visually expressive things that has ever been created for an Elder Scrolls world. And then, of course, Necrom City itself.
This ancient city that, is rumored to have been built, even before the Tribunal was even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And you guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hameas Mora. We really challenged ourselves as a team to make something that didn't feel like anything else.
But would I dedicate my life to another MMO?
Everything we've been talking about sounds
I don't
amazing,
know.
but
I've
when
heard
do we actually get to play it?
Necrom
It has
launches on
interesting
Xbox
aspects,
June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this
It's
amazing
not
content that we've created.
like as compelling
Thanks
as
everyone
say
for
14.
watching us during the showcase and watching
Yeah.
us today.
Only thing this has
Lots of
over
exciting stuff
14
coming
is
for
that
ESO in the
I
future.
don't need a
See
subscription
you
to
in
play
Tamriel.
it.
I don't know how that works anymore. At least for me.
Yeah. ESO has a subscription thing, but only for accessing or some of the smaller DLC packs. Phasmo on Xbox? How's that gonna work then?
That's a lot of words.
I saw trophies that's also gonna come to PlayStation.
IBS World News.
I've only played twice. So.
番組をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。
Oh, and we're back to
エグゾ
Exo
プライマル
Prime.
ディレクターの平岡です。まずはじめに、3月に開催しました第1回オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイターの皆様にご参加いただきました。アンケートや SNS を通じてたくさんのフィードバックをいただいております。今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、
Yeah,
発
you
本
can
ショー
keep
ケー
your
スは
live
ご覧い
service,
ただけましたでしょう
Capcom.
か。その中で発表しましたが、第2回オ
I
ー
mean,
プ
it
ンベータ
looks
テスト
kind
の
of
開催
fun.
が決定しました。
I am so
詳しい
fucking
日程や
tired
情報は
of
公
live
式サイトをご
service
覧ください。
being the only
それ
thing
では
that's
ここ
coming
から
out
は
now.
番組をご覧の皆様に新情報を
Well, they
紹
want
介します。
continuous money.
まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる特別なミッションに5人で挑み、世界中のファイターとクリアタイムを競うというモードになっています。ディノサバイバルとは違い、出現する恐竜やフィールドが遊ぶたびには変化せず、全世界のプレイヤーが同じ内容のミッションに挑みます。今回は恐竜が出現する位置にあらかじめ
I like
トリ
how
プルスレッ
every
ドを設置していま
player's
す。
name is Capcom Alpha and a number.
出現してきたらこのようにスカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆、一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。何やら次のミッションに備えてエグゾスーツを着替えているようですね。なるほど、 スナイパーネオ層が離れた位置に多く出現するのでビジラントに着替えたようですね。フレームネオ層も出現するのでフロストロックで動きを止めて集中攻撃のチャンスも作り出せますね。
You know, to think that 3 years was like the 10 years ago, Capcom were being dragged through the mud for very different reasons.
してから倒す作戦のようです。
Very true.
道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。サベージガントレットはエンドコンテンツに相当するモードなので、基本的にはミッションの難易度は高く設定されています。
The showcase yesterday
モジュールの強化、
didn't
組み合
even
わせはもちろん、
have
チー
anything
ムメ
for
ンバーの
Resident
ス
Evil
ーツ構
8.
成など、よく考えて
Or was
読んでみてく
or
だ
was
さい。
it 4? Like something to do with some DLC that's coming that's apparently being that was apparently data
サベージ
mined.
ガントレットをクリアすると、このようにクリアタイムが表示されます。
I don't know the
その後、
details.
自分のクリアタイムがどの程
Hey,
度
Vic.
ランクによる評価がされます。
And it's a little bit different
次は
than
ラディアントスーツを
EDF.
紹介します。
Though
ラ
I
ディアント
still
スーツ
really
は
want to
デ
play
フォルトのエ
EDF
グ
with
ゾスーツと
someone.
は異なる性質の武器を装備しており、戦い方
Oh,
が変化し
okay.
たスーツです。
I just had
デフォルトのデ
the
ッドアイ
tweet
は
pop
サ
up
ルト
again
ライ
and
フルを装
it
備
is
していま
coming
す
to
が、
place.
デッ
That's
ドアイ
what
ア
it
ル
is
ファ
coming to
バーストファイヤー
PlayStation
はショットガンと
in
バ
VR
ースト射撃
too.
を切り替えられるバトルライフルを装備しています。敵
Oh
との距離に
dear.
応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファ、エナジーチャクラム、バラージュアルファ、ロケットホップ、ビジラントアルファ、マークスマン、ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスシールド、村雨アルファ、フロストグレイブ、クリーガーアルファ、チャージショットガン、リッチドクターアルファ、デュアリティビーム、スカイウェーブアルファ、サンダークラップ、ニンバスアルファ、ダブルバレル、バリアントスーツは
Oh great!
発売
All
後
the
のタイトルアップデートで
Reaper
発
can
売
be
になります。
happy.
エグゾプライマルは発売後も定期的にアップデートを行っていきます。シーズンごとに新たなゲームコンテンツを追加していきますのでご期待ください。本日は
Yeah.
ありがとうございました。それではウォーゲームでお会いしましょう。レッツマッシブ。
Yeah, they have said
It's
that
great to
there's gonna
see
be a
the
lot of
dedication
events.
from the team at Capcom and how they're building Exoprimal in partnership
Fairly
with the
limited
community.
number of base
Gaming
ones,
has the
and
power
then
to
you
immerse
get
us in worlds and perspectives
like variants.
we've never otherwise experienced. We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future, explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical abilities. That is why it is both an absolute imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched
Sorry, did
30
she just say
incredible games
DAP?
like A Space for the
Or
Unbound,
DAP?
I'm pretty
Validate,
sure it was DAP.
and HOA. And there are many, many
Okay.
more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
Yes. DAP. Okay.
I'm sorry, is that a drag queen fighting game?
Apparently.
I think we just found that
Flying
game of the
Heroes.
year. I think we just found that game of the year.
Islands of the Winds. Oh, I think I've seen that before. And then that trippy horror game.
Some of those do look kind of cool.
I got a call from my good friend Jörg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He told me about this once-in-a-lifetime, out-of-this-world opportunity. So I'm here in Budapest, the capital of Hungary.
Does this
Jörg,
footage
he's
look
around
too
here
dim
somewhere.
to you?
Let's go find him. Jörg!
Hey, Paris.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for coming to Budapest.
Of course. What am I doing here?
I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch.
A boat?
Yep.
We don't have a plane?
Nope. Come on, Paris.
Jörg, what is this place? What kind of aircraft are you storing in here?
Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right, let's go.
If this is the Doom thing again, I'll leave it to you.
I'm pretty sure this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yep.
Did I seriously just call it?
Welcome to the world of Dune.
This is incredible.
Come on, I want you to meet someone.
These are the models for the movie.
How are you, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning.
I need to stop being so
designer
cynical
of
when it
Dune.
comes to calling
It is
things.
very nice to meet you. I'm a huge
They
fan
finally
of Dune.
fixed their
Patrice,
color
can
balance.
you tell me
How
what
nice.
is this place?
Well, this is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props and the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Now, Jörg, how did all this get started?
So it goes back to November 2021. Dune had just hit the movie theaters
Wait,
worldwide,
Part
and we got a
2?
call from Legendary, and they had the
Yes.
idea that we bring
Dune is
So it's
in
not
two
even a
parts.
Ornithopter into Microsoft Flight
It's
Simulator.
not even a full sequel.
And me being a
Oh
lifelong
no,
science fiction reader and
we're
fan,
we're
a
doing it
big,
again,
huge
aren't
fan of
we?
the Frank
We're going
Herbert
back
books.
to the we're
How
going
could I
back
say
to the
no?
trend where
Okay.
seemingly
Now
all the
it
book
makes
movies are
sense
getting
after seeing the
cut
trailer at
in
the
half.
Xbox Showcase. I understand why you
Well,
brought me
there's,
here.
I
You guys
mean,
want to take a look? Because we actually
Dune
do
is
have a
like
couple of ornithopters
1,500
here if you want to see.
pages.
You want to take a look?
That would
So-
be awesome.
Yeah, let's do
Oh.
it.
Putting that in
So
one
I-
movie is kind of hard.
For once a book
Look
movie
at this.
adaptation that
It's
justifies
a
part
one-on-one
2.
real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Sure, thank you. Denis likes things to be plausible, so that's why they were built
I mean,
to
even the
look
Hobbit
military,
is pretty
rugged,
darn big.
and
And
stealth.
probably
Now,
should
here's the
have
most
been
important
2
question.
movies,
Were they built to fly?
but probably not
Funny
3.
you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't fly. They
Yes,
are heavy. They're
I agree
11
there.
tons.
Very
So,
thick.
Jörg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This
You know,
particular
though,
one,
the jackets do
given
look
that it
kind of
weighs
cool.
11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically
Yes.
because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades. And we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible. And in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely. All right, let's do it.
Oh, hell, that
Normally
would be
would
fun.
go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but
Yeah,
guess we'll do-
leave this one to you. You're the one that's fangirling over
Yeah, so what's
Dune.
cool about this, Paris, is that all those buttons are actually realistically hooked up to the system.
Hey,
Master
hey,
engine
you
switch,
would
what you're
too,
doing there above
if
those, the
you
red,
had a
are
history
basically all the
with
lights.
So,
And as you notice, it's all analog because
That's
in the
true.
world of Dune,
That's true.
there's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits,
Yeah.
everything's going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
very true.
So,
Vic.
Jörg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own
Oh,
lift
wow.
and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to see a little bit more about the game,
Okay,
design,
I have
something
to
for you.
admit,
Absolutely, I'd love to see.
that thing does look cool.
All right.
It's like a dragonfly.
Set up for this expansion is that you are an Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here is what we built. We basically built this section of Arrakis. Here's
Damn it! Now you got me wanting to look at checking out the movie.
Here's a botanical garden.
The movie
we have
is
that
good.
as well.
I
And
really want part
the first
2,
thing we do
which
is we
is
train
coming
you
very
up.
soon.
The fast takeoff, fast landing, and then the
Yeah,
deep
just
dive.
don't have me read
And then
the
we take
book.
you to some of the
It's also got
extreme locations,
Zendaya
like above
in
the
it,
cliff,
so.
the hole in the rock,
cool.
the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about
again,
today.
don't have me
But
read
that
the
basically
books.
wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting. Hey,
it was great
Even
to see
I
you again.
find the original
Paris,
Dune a little thick as a book.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm just not a book person.
All right, Jorg. Where to next?
Well, I don't know
Like,
what they eat
at
on
all.
Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
Metroid, but isometric?
And very fast-paced.
Ah, damn, that looks cool.
I'll leave that to you. I'm not sure I can keep up with it.
Very funny.
Liza P. is a thrilling Souls-like that takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it
Absolutely
against
nope.
the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoque era.
I've heard people say a lot of good stuff about it, but I don't know. It doesn't really interest me.
We meet. You are awakened by a mysterious voice.
Can you hear me?
You must adapt yourself
Unfortunately, Vic, I
and
think
your
we're stuck
weapons
with Souls-like.
to face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites, and choose whether to confront predicaments with the truth or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. You are able to create your own weapon through the combination of these blades.
Yeah, you'll
and
have to
handles.
pay me to play
Hundreds
this.
of possible combinations
I am
of different respective
not.
appearances,
I am
performances,
not putting myself
attack
through
motions,
any
and
of these
patterns.
Souls likes.
Each and every blade and
Yeah,
handle
or even the
I don't
actual
do well at
Souls.
them,
Fable
so.
Arts. Fable Arts
Not
is a
for me
special
either.
combat skill that can be casted by consuming Fable slots. Fable slots can be charged again through combat. Select your own special skills to vanquish your enemies. The Legion arm is a prosthetic on P's left arm. The Legion arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion gauge, providing you an eclectic combat
You
experience.
need multiple special systems.
So, puppets are all there are? I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of monsters, puppets only being one of them. You're not quite done yet. Bone-chilling bosses await you. If a boss seems too intimidating, you might want to get help from a specter. In boss matches, you can summon a specter that will assist you in battle. With a bit of
Wow,
help,
they really
you will
just
be able to
took
defeat
everything
bosses
from
with more
the
ease.
Souls.
The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character. Use quartz to optimize P to your
Demon
liking.
Souls was the biggest
Within
mistake
the
of the
P organ,
industry.
you can select which slots to unlock depending on your preference.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh at P organ.
There will be times when you will be confronted with choices.
What's so fun
where
about
you can give
Porgan?
comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
To me, it sounds like organ P comes from. which,
Carve your own path.
Ah, okay.
Meet Liza P on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Game Pass. Coming to you this September 19th.
I think those are the same thing, Vic.
At the heart of Hellblade is our ambition to sink you into Senua's world and story.
Oh, here we go.
To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
Yes. You do really good at that.
What I want to achieve on stage is to get the best performance and best storytelling from the actors, and then to get that into the game as faithfully as possible. I want to see what I saw on stage in the game. It's time to find out. Why are they watching? It's time to find. When we were shooting the scene from the Xbox showcase, it was quite a somber mood on set, because that was one of our moments in the game where it's just Senua and the Furies, and we have an opportunity.
Wow,
to
I'm gonna have to stitch this together in the. I'm just gonna have to stitch the recordings together then.
I'm scared. You can make it work. I'm sure you can.
At this point in Senua's journey, she's had her confidence eroded. There's a lot of doubt. And she needs to find within herself a spark of hope, that strength that she has, in order to continue on.
Everything I've done has led me to this place.
We've come so far.
While this scene is relatively simple, the scale and complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
We shot the first Hellblade in the boardroom of our old studio. It was very MacGyvered together. In the new studio, we have a custom-built mocap space, which has pretty much everything we could have dreamed of. We've got projectors, so we can recreate sets on the ground if we need to. We've got loads of props that we have available to us at any time, so we can build sets.
I remember coming into interview and seeing the setup down there and immediately being impressed by
Tech Ninja.
The clear commitment that had been made to underpinning true to life
Tech Ninja. That's a nice moniker to have.
We've got a lot more cameras this time around. They're kind of top of the line at the moment. And in the kind of space that we have downstairs, we have nearly wall-to-wall coverage, which is really impressive. And it's not something that is common. It's certainly a step up from a few cameras set up in a boardroom.
With our setup, we can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our actors' performances as possible into the game, even down to the most nuanced of movements.
So when you've got an optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the millimeter. So we can see somebody shuffling their finger along the table or just wiggling them very gently. You can see hesitation and breath. You know, there's no need to push the action and overact. You can just.
I can't help but imagine how bright that has to be. Like how hard it's gotta be to see with that big green light in your face.
Just to try to get that extra fidelity of performance into the game.
I don't even have any clue.
What do you want me to do?
With performance capture being at the heart of our character movement, our props and staging had to facilitate.
I know
our
I
vision.
couldn't do it.
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is going to be a boat in the game. That boat will have several characters on board. We wanted to be able to capture the motion of a boat across multiple characters simultaneously, and we, for the first time, had the space to be able to construct a proper rig for this. So we had a platform which could be moved in any number of ways to create that kind of pitch and yaw and roll that you would get on the ocean. And we got our actors up onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from really, really amazing. The most important part of my role is to make sure that story gets told, and having these wonderful actors we're working with bring their talents to bear on these characters has been such an amazing experience.
They did an impressive amount of work in the first one, so.
My name's Larry Herb, Xbox's
And with all the upgrade, upgrade setup, it's gotta be even better than that.
Let's roll that video.
One hopes.
Obrigado.
Yeah, I don't think I want to hear on
That FanFest Melbourne,
Sorry?
playing awesome games and having a great time.
the tattoos. They were giving out tattoos.
There is so much going on
Oh yeah.
this night.
Imagine that a few years ago this could have been this could have been pushing
Honestly, I've never felt so good to be
the
by myself
Nokia
in my life.
phones.
I'm just wandering around. I've been talking to people, and everybody is so excited about what's to come.
We really put a lot of emphasis on empowering creative risk, and then there's so much excitement for what we're going to be able to deliver going into 2024, and even games in 2024 that we haven't talked about yet. So our mission, our strategy is to bring the joy of gaming to everybody, no matter where they want to play, how they want to play, and I just feel, you know, a real responsibility, a real privilege, excitement that we get to be the ones to build those games that are going to be at the center of no matter what we do.
Yeah, you don't have a fan fest anywhere near
I'm
me.
Sebastian,
so-
and I'm the community manager for Light Your Frontier. Today,
Yeah, and
I'll
I
be
live in
playing
the
with
part of the
Kelly,
UK
Anita,
that's
and
considered
Carolina to explore the new
jungle.
multiplayer features Light Your
Which is to
Frontier
say
has to
anywhere
offer.
that's not
Good
London.
morning, good morning, good morning. Today, we should continue building up the base we started yesterday. We'll need more resources, and it'll be faster if we work together to collect them. Can two of you work on that?
Yeah, let's go. Go.
Hey, that purple mech looks great.
Thanks. It's my favorite color.
I think
Dang,
they
the farm
showed
looks,
this off
pretty
last
good
year.
for the drone crops.
Yeah, no, right? I'm looking forward to making the farm even bigger.
I'm gonna work on making our home look a little bit better, and then I'll come down and help you out.
Great. I'll see you in a bit then.
What do you want to focus on gathering, you think?
I can get wood to start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'll get some stone also then. That should cover a lot of what we need for crafting and building. Once
That
we've
was
finished,
funny.
let's head back and help with the buildings.
Resupply to the rescue.
How's it going up there?
I think I've got a good idea of what I want things
Cool,
to
we
look
can
like
make a
up
cozy
here.
little village using mechs.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
I know, right?
Oof. But I think that looks good.
Can't wait to see it.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both drill.
Let's work together and see what else we can find here. After we bring this back, I'll take a look in some other regions to see what materials they have.
I'm done up here, so I'll come join you.
Oh, my inventory is getting full from this harvest. I think we should build some like silos or crates to store it all.
Yeah, we should probably build a fence around those two as well so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea. Let's get on it.
Here we go. I'll help with the silos next.
Yo, anyone need materials? Because we got a ton of stuff.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Do you want us to start helping you build?
Yes, please, please.
All on it.
What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
I'm almost done with the fences here.
Hey, everyone. I was going for more materials and I found some ruins over there.
Really?
Jump in your mechs and come see this.
Oh, wow, what is this? Oh, look at that.
This is so cool.
That door is huge. Wow.
I wonder what's inside, though.
Tomorrow we should totally find a way to open this. Let's head back to the base and see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got another look at this. Would be a nice co-op building game.
I mean, we have been missing on a co-op one.
Yeah.
Giddy giddy go go, let's look alive. Giddy giddy go go, let's look alive.
Yes!
I want to be a kitty.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Of course. Being adorable and being able to do whatever you want anytime you want.
It's almost as if signing up to try and win that month of Game Pass from PC Gamer is worth it. Well, if it's a day one release anyway, or if it's gonna be a stealth drop on Game Pass like right now. Aww.
I really want to play Wandering Village at some point.
Yes. Like, it may not be a turtle airship, but it's still a turtle village.
Sort of.
Every year in our showcase, there's one game that kind of pops for me, something I'm very interested in. This year, we got to announce 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus. And I'm here now with Stefan and Will to walk through a demo of the game, which I've never played before. First time. We have 33 people online, incredibly excited about this. So we're going to jump in?
All right, let's
Wow,
start playing.
you're actually
33 Immortals
talking
is a
about how
co-op
many
action
people you can have
roguelike
max
for 33
when you
players.
say
You play
33
a damned
Immortals.
soul who must rebel against God's
Yeah.
final judgment. So there are 3 of us here today
That is
on
a very
stage,
big
3
game.
upstairs, and 27 people joining us from Montreal in the studio. Hi, everyone.
And we are ready. That's
I'll be
us.
right back.
Everybody's
I need a
spawning
drink.
in.
That's us.
This is 33-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not a normal number of characters for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
How did you come up with 33 players?
We were searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen.
Yeah.
We stayed together on the screen, so 33 felt good. 32 felt good. But as the game is inspired by the Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so we say, let's do 33 players. 33 Immortals.
Man, I love what you said, Will.
I don't know many
that when you guys
raids
started
with
this game, there
33
weren't even
people.
33 people at the studio, so you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
It's just such an awesome point.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you're trying to do that.
I love it.
Okay, so no 2 runs are the same. We're actually spawning in a different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually. in Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make the game progress.
Torture chambers.
And we are located
I has
at the
returned.
southwest of Inferno.
No,
Yeah.
it looks
And
like
so
there's
the
stuff
closest
not far
torture
from done,
chambers
so...
is to the east.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go there.
Got it.
Okay, let's continue down south.
We came back for
towards
torture
the
chambers.
first torture chambers.
Oh, the best kind of thing
This
to come
one I
back
have a
to
good
then.
feeling for it.
The soundtrack. What's going on? The music's kind of cool.
Thank you. This is Max LL, who's actually done the music on all of our games.
Yeah, there aren't
And
very
you're in
many.
Montreal.
We are in Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios in Compulsion.
Yes.
It's also in Showcase.
Yes.
I love the community of game
I
creators
think
in Montreal.
FF14
Absolutely.
did like
It's
12
always
minutes.
important to be well surrounded
Sorry?
and all that. So
We didn't talk about your first game, Spiritfarer.
Yeah.
I
Nick-
loved. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Thought
Yeah.
it was great.
Well, Nick and me, we're talking about how
As you can see,
33
this
players
is not
is
Spiritfarer.
like
No,
an
but I
MMO
think about
grade
that from a
as a
studio
game.
standpoint, having such
Yeah,
I would say they're
14
stylized
did-
games, but
did about-
outside of that, very different games.
We're not
did
worried about
about
genre.
24
Our
players.
goal is really to just try and make unique, immersive, creative experiences.
Well,
that
and that's
players
for
love and
PvE
that they wanna play
content.
for.
Awesome, I
For
love that.
PvP, that's a lot
This
more.
guy is
I don't
getting out of my
technically remember.
comfort zone sometimes.
Okay.
It's been a while since I last
we do?
played.
So we have completed a torture
Yeah.
chamber, so we have achieved the first
I think
step.
it's
I got left
about...
behind, is
yeah,
what
I
you're
think
saying.
it's
God, yeah.
Oh, they're back on us.
Whoa.
70
Well, we
plus
gotta take the
72
wrath of God.
players.
Careful.
Oh
no.
Dash.
Run away.
Oh, I can't. I have like
Yeah.
0 health.
Yeah, for the PvP content.
torture-
Like on,
No,
on
I
the,
gotta
on
get
the,
outta here.
In the larger
Where
mods,
are you?
anyway.
Well, why weren't they in the torture chamber
Oh.
trying to help us?
Okay.
Okay, these range.
God is getting angry.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we're getting hammered right now. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, here's a guy. Can you revive me? Revive me.
Yeah. Just stop moving. That's good. One up.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up.
Okay. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh no. Oh. Run. Oh, this is the holy fire.
What is this?
Oh, one
The holy
nurse.
fire.
One nurse.
Now we're in holy fire?
The wrath of God.
Okay, I'm ahead of it.
Okay, so we unlock the Ascension battle. So that's the last battle.
Here, can we
before
get this? Can people jump in my heels?
Yeah. I'm in. Oh.
I tried to do the heal. Don't mind me, the wandering soul.
Save me, please.
I'm like a zombie.
Maybe someone.
Did I mention I'd never played before?
Oh no, I died too. Oh my.
Okay, hopefully the team can carry us.
But we are not alone.
There's a lot of enemies in this small space.
Gonna try to not move.
Okay.
Don't move, and hopefully someone is going to be able to revive you. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm up.
I'm in. Okay.
Back.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is the last step.
I think it's my last.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We did it?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've ascended.
Yeah.
Right.
That
This I'll have to
was
keep an eye out for
first
then.
Chapter of first book. Is that how I should think about it?
Yeah.
It's the first world.
Book,
So it's
chapter.
Inferno.
Yeah.
Each region has its whole big set of challenges and everything,
And this is all on the map.
and its final boss fight.
That's what this is. Well, since we've basically come through unscathed so far, this should be easy.
Sure. Easy peasy.
Yeah, it's easy.
That's gonna be
This from having
fun.
to kill the final boss.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tease.
I like it. I like it. Well, best of luck to you and the team and everything that's going on. Can't wait for this game to come out. I won't ask for the date because I know that's unfair. But it was great to have in the show and great for you to come down and we got the opportunity to play. So thank you for that.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for watching Showcase Extended. I love these opportunities to show more about everything that you saw in the showcase
good stuff
itself.
here.
Thanks to everybody that supported us and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, that was short and sweet then. Nice.
Yeah, just a little over an hour.
Yeah, just under 90 minutes. Heh.
So, I have decided I'm gonna cover the, Ryu Goo.
Just say the Yakuza show. Sorry, the Like a Dragon show.
Yes,
Sega
that
wants
one.
to use that name instead of Yakuza, even though Yakuza's even cooler.
Well, I mean, they don't have as many Yakuza in it anymore, so it's kind of hard to call it Yakuza. Besides, in Japan it was always Like a Dragon, so...
Yeah.
The Yakuza part was just, the design they decided to bring to the, English-speaking market, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's on
Well,
Thursday, so I think that's the
Yeah.
last one I'm gonna do.
I personally won't be covering it. I'm just glad that Summer Game Fest is now over for me, and I can go back to my normal schedule starting tomorrow.
Well, I'm gonna try to cover it, at least.
I'm gonna do something a little different for the normal stream time tomorrow and Friday, where I'm gonna be playing a bunch of demos for indie games that caught my eye during Summer Game Fest.
Vic, Grasshopper
Yeah.
Direct is another developer. I know nothing about them.
Yeah. Anyway,
Manufacturer.
I've already got someone who I want to go send a wef to, so
That's
let me go ahead and
Suda51.
end the recording.
That's who that is.
And
So no more
get the raid
heroes,
started.
Shadows of the Damned. I've never played anything he's made though, personally. Which is why I totally didn't get it. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try really late on Thursday night for RGG. And that's gonna be it for Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Thanks for having me for all these shows, by the way. I'd
No
love to do
problem.
it again sometime, or maybe even look into that news format thing we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Anyway,
like to do
I've already got
something
someone.
else regularly, so.
Feel free to DM me then.
Sure, or
Yeah.
keep an eye out in my collab part of my Discord.
Okay.
That's where I arrange a lot of things if I can find people for it.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, I've already got someone to go send a wef to.
Alright. Have fun
Yeah.
with that.
Are you carrying on, by the way, or are you ending the stream as well?
I am probably going to end for now. I need to make lunch.
Okay. Are you raiding someone, or if you are, then I can send you who I'm going to be raiding.
I am gonna raid someone, but for the first time in a bit, Mira is streaming, so I think I'm gonna
Okay.
raid Mira.
Okie dokie then. I'll see you around though.
Have fun. Have fun.
Bye.
See ya. Alright. Let me get the raid started. And I'm gonna mute the audio for a sec. So I can fire up her stream and get ready for when the raid happens. So, yeah. Summer Games Fest is coming to an end very soon. Tomorrow I'm probably not streaming. I still haven't even done the schedule for this week. I've been so busy. So, yeah. Hopefully I'm gonna get around to making a schedule tomorrow. That's my plan. I will be doing Celestia this week, both on Thursday and Sunday. I'm not sure what else though. So with that, I think we're good. Have fun, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.